This is a fantastic vintage football mug. I'm going to show you close up here in a second. Can you name the year that this mug was made? Start off with the AFC. Awesome Chargers. Steelers as always. Older Jets. Houston Oilers. Broncos. Bengals, love that logo. Standing Buffalo for the Bills. Patriots. Colts. And there's the NFL logo. NFC. Redskins. Cardinals. The Philadelphia Eagles, cool. Giants. Los Angeles Rams. So based on the teams, based on the logos, what year would this have been from? This is a look at all of the helmets at the same time to make it a little easier. Pause here if you don't want to hear the answer. First, I identified 5 teams that I thought the logos were essential to figuring out when this was from. The first team was the Buffalo Bills. I'm from Buffalo. This is a standing Buffalo logo, and they haven't used this for a long time. The second team was the Cincinnati Bengals, actually my brother's favorite team, and they moved to that striped helmet a long time ago. So again, I knew this was quite vintage, this one. Third team was the Jets. I thought this was different. I knew they had gone to the green helmet at some point, quite some time ago. The fourth team was the Houston Oilers, my favorite team. And again, I knew that this was a little bit different. The color I thought was different, so I wanted to take a look at that one. And the final one was the Washington Redskins. And again, I wasn't super familiar with the Redskins helmets, but I knew that, again, this wasn't one that they had used for all that long. So I figured that would be helpful. I ended up getting most of my information from a website called helmethistory.com. So I want to give them credit. They have all sorts of information about multiple leagues, but obviously I was concerned about the NFL. And you can basically look at all the teams. So again, the first one I wanted to look at was the Bills, because again, I knew the standing Buffalo was not what they've been using. And again, you'll see that there's some retro times that they do some things, but in general, that helmet had not been around for a while, so you can kind of see this is listed year by year. There's the white helmet, and then you can see here's the last year that they consistently used the standing Buffalo, so 1973. So the mug obviously was not created after 1973. So I also knew the Bengals were different, right? So again, this is a clear, easy one, where again, some retro helmets, but that's not what we're talking about. And I could see here that it had actually been used later than I thought. The Bengals had actually been used through 1980. So now I got 2 different years, 1980, 1973. I thought the Jets might be a clue. So I clicked on them and I kind of looked through that because I knew they had changed certainly over time. And this was a little bit less helpful than I had thought. Looks like somewhere between 72 and 77. So this was a little bit less clear. They had shifted in 78 to the green helmet. One of my favorite teams was the Oilers that no longer exist, but they are currently the Tennessee Titans. And what was unique about the one on the mug was that it was a silver helmet. So they had gone through some light blue. It had kind of changed colors. Here was the silver. It looked like the last year that they used the silver was 1971, because by 1972 they were using a light blue. So the way I saw it, that was a 1971. So I was kind of narrowing it down, but it wasn't quite clear. But then I thought about the Redskins. That pretty unique helmet, right? That yellow helmet. And what I didn't realize was, again, you're going to see here, this is 2007, but that's, one of those retro times when they do it, that wasn't actually using it. And really, this was the one that helped me the most, because what you can see is it looks like there's only 1 year between 70 and 71 that they were using that. Because by 72, they were back to the red helmet. Prior to 70, they were using 69 helmet. So again, it looked like 1970-71 was the year that this mug must have been based off of. But what we have is the Bills from 1973. The Bengals 1980 would be the latest. The Jets, 1977, the Oilers, 1971, and then the Redskins really sealing the deal with 1971. So I'm saying this mug is from 1971. Now, could it obviously be a newer mug that was made to look older? Of course. But there's no kind of a UPC symbol or anything on the bottom of it. There's no even dishwasher, microwave safe stuff. So I do believe this is a truly vintage thing. And again, so my year, I'm calling it 1971. If you disagree, please leave something in the comments. And check out my Funniest Moments in Topps Football channel. Here's a short excerpt from one of the videos. Next category is Best Names. In 1977, there were some real quality names. like Revi Sori. Stu Voigt had a huge sporting company named after him. Eric Torkelson. Garo Yepremian. Garo, I think that's like a root you dig up and you like chop it up and put it in your stew. Don Cockcroft. Bob Kuchenberg, or as he was known by his buddies on the Dolphins, Bob Coochie Kuchenberg. Charlie Waters and his good friend Roosevelt Leaks.